Skol, state of mind. We analyze how you play the line. Purple and yellow, we on the grind. D was the host and he's taking time. With expert opinions, we moving dominion. If passion is in you, then let's go continue. Bank on it just like a stadium venue. The topics we serving up just like a menu. We on our prime, high stepping. You feel the scene like it's cold peppers. Harder like Carter, but keep it smiling. Like this was the catch number 1,000. The show you gon' love it. You better tell your mama, cousin. The internet's talking and buzzing. So pull up a chair and just grab a drink. About the Vikings, tell us what you think. Cause we in our Skol state of mind. We analyze how you play the line. Everything purple and yellow, let's take it up a level. Start the show, yeah, it's time.
What up, what up, what up, what up? And thank you for tuning in to another session of the Saturday Scrimmage. Man, I've been going hard on this for the past couple of weeks. I haven't missed, for about 5 weeks now. Thank everybody for, coming in the chat and, coming in the show. It's much appreciated. Getting way more comfortable with this live thing and this whole, being on camera by myself going forward. But, it is what it is. So let's dive into it, man. First and foremost, everybody out there who tuned in to the interview, the back and forth with me and Paul Allen had, that shit was great. It was really unexpected. It threw me for a surprise, and I had to jump on the opportunity. And if you saw it live, and if you looked at it later, it's much appreciated, man. I'm told you guys I'm really trying hard to get this channel, going in the right direction. I'm actually taking this serious this time around, and being way more consistent. So thank you. I'm probably thinking about having some other more, guests on the show going forward. But man, that was something that was dope to me. I mean, he came in, did his thing, and some stuff we talked about off camera, and it was dope. It gave me a lot of insight. But I appreciate it. Thank you, Paul Allen. But let's keep it moving though. So I decided to jump on this live early. What up, Cool Cat? What up, Cool Cat, man? How you doing, bro? What's good, man? What's good? If you want to come in here, I'm always willing to drop the link for you, Cool Cat. You can come in here and talk some of your Eagle shit, only for a limited time basis. You feel me? But peep game though. So I started this live earlier because we are going into wild card weekend. My time, West Coast time. We're gonna be seeing the game real soon. In a couple of hours, about like 1 o'clock. So, hey, I had to get in here real early, and I'm gonna drop the chat. For whoever want to get in here, let me send the chat to one more person right here. Hold on, y'all. Paste that shit. There you go. So see who gonna get up in here. Yeah, I just had to do it early, man, because I want to sit back and actually vibe and watch those playoff games. We gonna dive into it and see what's up. What up, cuzzo? That's my big cousin right there, Big Ralph, man. Shout out to my cousin, Big Ralph, man. Hey, man, taught me a lot. What's good? What's good? Okay, Cool Cat, you on your way to work. That's good. That's good. Because I was gonna talk bad about them Eagles anyway. It's all good, Cool Cat. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. But yeah, so since we already, talked about it, so let's dive into it real quick. Let's get the playoff picture, off top before we talk about anything else. All right, look. So this is the playoff picture right now. So we're gonna go through each bracket, and I'm gonna give you, my opinion on who I feel is gonna win. It's gonna be going to the next round. So first off, we got the Rams at the Carolina Panthers. You guys know earlier in the season, the Carolina Panthers actually beat the Rams. So I'm not saying like, that game didn't mean anything, but hey, when it's the playoffs, all is never. But it did give the Carolina Panthers a lot of confidence to actually play the same team again in the playoffs at home again. So I'm not sure how healthy Devontae Adams is going to be going forward, or if he's going to be on some kind of snap count, or how effective he's going to be. But if they can get that passing game going, down the field and through the middle, I think the Panthers are going to have a hard time. Last game they played, I think J.C. Horn didn't play, so he might be able to neutralize one of those receivers. But hey, man, with all that being said, I got the Rams going to the next round. Carolina Panthers basically stumbled in the playoffs. Sometimes when you do that, you can get hot because it's on the, win, keep going basis, but it is what it is. I got the Rams beating the Carolina Panthers. All right. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers, against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this is going to be a matchup. This is probably one of the marquee matchups, in my opinion. I don't understand why the Frisco and Eagles game is not on the Monday night game. Like you got the reigning Super Bowl champ with the Philadelphia Eagles. Why they didn't get the island game, the Monday night game, which is kind of dumb to me. So, Pete, the Eagles, they ain't been the same Eagles they was last year. We all can tell. We all know that. But when they get into the playoffs, they can find a way. Now, with the 49ers missing multiple players with Bosa and Warner on defense, I'm taking the Eagles, man. I know my cousin out there, he a big Niner fan. He ain't gonna like me saying this, but hey, I'm taking the Eagles, man. I'm taking the Eagles off top. So now we move to this NFC North matchup, right? Man, what up, Gil? What up, Gil, man? What's good, man? What's good? So now we move into this NFC North matchup against the Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. If this was one of the games where both teams can go home with a tie, I hope so. But that can't happen. Ain't no ties in the NFL playoffs. So you got to pick one. I'm taking the Bears. They're a lot healthier. Their defense is a lot healthier. I actually believe in Caleb Williams. I think, he's going to be a great NFL quarterback in this league to come. And I believe in Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson basically has changed the culture over there in Chicago. So, hey, I'm taking the Chicago Bears. Shout out to the Bear Down podcast and, Broski Bear, all those Bears fans. Like, hey, I'm taking y'all against the Green Bay Packers, straight up. For the Green Bay Packers, you don't know what you're going to get with Jordan Love, him coming off an injury. I mean, if Malik Willis is healthy, if Jordan Love is playing bad because of the injury, you can always throw Malik Willis in. You got what's the name is banged up right now. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah, I'm not sure if LaFleur gets fired if the Packers lose. I don't know. I'm not sure about that as of right now. But you never know. And we're going to get into those coaching vacancies real quick, too, because I think one of the reasons why, coaches are waiting because they're waiting for, other jobs. Yeah, for real. They might want John Harbaugh also. So he might have to wait and see what happens in his playoffs, So, yeah, straight up. But, yeah, just to keep talking about the Packers, man, they not healthy. They missing Micah Parsons on defense, which pretty much keeps their defense running. So I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I think the Chicago Bears will beat the Packers convincingly. Straight up. So now we got the Monday night game, which I don't understand why this is the Monday night game. You got the Houston Texans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm taking CJ Stroud all the way through, man. California guy, Rancho Cucamonga native. I'm not going against Cali on this one. So I am going with the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud, in my opinion, is probably one of the best quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks to come into this league. This is his third year in the league, and he hasn't missed the playoff, and he has already had multiple playoff wins. So, I mean, a lot about CJ Stroud hasn't been said. What up, Bears fans? What up, man? How you doing, man? Yeah, I got y'all winning, bro. I got y'all winning convincingly against the Green Bay Packers, man. For sure. Stroud the podcaster? Nah, man. Yeah, but I just think we don't talk about CJ Stroud enough, man. For him to come into this league and make the playoffs his rookie season and then kind of hit a little sophomore slump his second year, was starting off slow, still made the playoffs. And then in his third year, he made the playoff again. So that's 3 consecutive years of him actually going to the playoffs. And I think that's great for a young quarterback. He's basically solidifying himself as one of the up and coming quarterbacks in this league. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I appreciate the sub, bro. Much love, much love, much love. So I'm just saying, like, when you just look at, what CJ has done, he's still haven't had that dominant, number one receiver, and they run the ball well over there. They're still getting it done. But when you talk about D'Amico Ryans' defense, like Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter, like, man, I think they got it. I think this might be the year they can probably get to the NFC title game. Straight up. So I got a question right here. It says, what do you think the score in the Bears game would be? Hey, man, the Packers, they're a little broke up, man. And before you got on here, I'm not sure, when you came in, I felt like this, man. I think the Packers are coming to this game kind of broke up, a little hurt. They're already missing Michael Parkins on defense, and kind of their whole defense runs around that. Josh Jacobs been hurt all season. Jordan Love is going to be coming back from injury, and you don't know what Jordan Love you're going to get. He's like a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde kind of quarterback. So I think, with the Bears right now, this whole Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams situation is actually great. Is looking like a great 1-2 punch, with a coaching quarterback. Like I like that. Like coming into that draft with Caleb, I always felt Caleb had all the tools to get it done. I was kind of pissed. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I'm a Vikings fan at heart, but I'm a football fan first. And I kind of felt like when they knew they were going to draft Caleb over number 1 overall. I was kind of pissed because I was like, man, why would you keep Eberflus one more year? And I didn't want Caleb to have to go into a situation where he had to learn a new offense in year 2, because that's kind of ruins quarterbacks sometimes when they got to keep learning multiple offenses. But Caleb put together a great season. Ben Johnson got it together. That running game that the Bears got, they can control the clock. Hey, I'm taking the Bears probably 24-7 over the Packers, man. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout, but it's gonna be convincingly, because I think the Bears I'm not saying it's that year to win a Super Bowl, but they're a whole lot better team, and it makes the whole NFC North a whole lot more competitive, for real. So there you go, man. There you go. But let's get to the Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, let's get to that one. Now, peep game, right? This is probably the first year, in a long time to where you don't necessarily have those marquee quarterbacks, in the playoffs. You only got one on the ALC side right now, which is, Josh Allen, reigning MVP. Lamar's not here. Burrow's not here. Mahomes is not here. So a lot of pressure is going to be on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to actually get it done and get to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying the road is going to be easy, but y'all need to they need to fucking make a point and get to the Super Bowl, because like those marquee names ain't here. But I could see the Jacksonville Jaguars taking this game. I could see that. I mean, the way they've been playing over there, in Duval. So, I mean, hey, it's up there. It's up there. I think what they're doing, with that offense and that defense is playing better. Jacksonville got a shot. Now, I'm going for my upset right here, right? This is going to be my upset for the whole weekend. The Chargers versus the New England Patriots, right? I'm taking the LA Chargers. If you've been watching, I'm taking all the LA quarterbacks, all the Cali quarterbacks. But nah, that's not it. I just think I think the Chargers, man, they're gonna prove a point. They're gonna knock off the 2 seed and keep on going. That's just what it's gonna be, man. I think they're gonna knock them off, and we might see, all 3 road teams in the AFC basically, keep going, which is crazy. But yeah, man, that's who I got. So I'm gonna go through it again right now. Starting off with the NFC, I got the Rams over the Panthers. I got the Eagles over the Niners. I got the Bears over the Packers. I got the Texans over the Steelers. I got the Bills over the Bills over the Jaguars, and I got the Chargers over the Patriots. Y'all let me know y'all picks in the chat. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. But let's move into another segment that I had today, man, because you know, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, look, we gotta talk about these head coaching vacancies in the NFL, man. You got multiple, like basically eight spots right now. You got the Cardinals, you got the Ravens, you got the Raiders, the Giants, the Texans, the Dolphins, the Browns, the Chargers. I mean, let me know in the chat, if y'all in the chat, y'all, let me know what destination y'all feel is like the best destination for a head coach to go. I know we've been talking about Brian Flores a lot, and I just think like Brian Flores, his fit to me will be the Baltimore Ravens or the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't see him really going anywhere else. I don't see him going to Tennessee. I don't see him going to Cleveland. Atlanta, no. Hell no, not the Cardinals. So yeah. I mean, he actually interviewed for the Cardinals job, before they hired Gannon. So, but he didn't take a second interview. I think, he had his own situation he wanted to get on. But man, it's a lot of coaching vacancies, man. Like you got Mike McDaniel that's out there. You got the big fish and John Harbaugh. And just like we said earlier, Harbaugh might be waiting for one of these playoff teams to lose so they can fire their coach and he can go there. It's gonna get real interesting, man. It's gonna get real interesting to see, where these coaches go. I was just thinking earlier today, like, man, what if Mike McDaniel take the New York job so he can work with Jackson Dart? But I'm not sure he should do that right now for his career. That's something that I feel like he should probably wait it out, be an OC for another year, learn something else, and kind of repair his not his image, but just sit back a little bit. Sometimes you might need to just sit back, be an OC, and not always go back right into it. So hey, but you got what we got? What's up, man? Yeah, what you need, man? Hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, where these teams, where these coaches go, man. It's just weird because it's like it's 8 vacancies, man. 8 vacancies. I mean, the Ravens, they got a quarterback. I'm gonna just go through it. Like, we're gonna start with the Cardinals. The Cardinals, they got problems because I don't understand what they're gonna do with Kyler Murray. Sorry, just got a brain freeze real quick. I don't know what they're gonna do with Kyler Murray. They probably gonna either cut him, or trade him. Their defense looked straight, with Gannon, so they can work on that. They got some young players over there, and I think they got a higher draft pick, so they can figure some things out. Atlanta got a problem with Kirk Cousins' contract. They don't know if Michael Penix is actually going to be healthy enough to play multiple games and string multiple seasons. They might be looking at a quarterback, in the draft or bringing somebody in my opinion. The Browns, man, they the Browns. They're a dumpster fire. I don't know what they're doing out there. It's ridiculous. Maybe Deshaun Watson gonna come back and save them. Sorry, but that's a joke. But you got the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins out there. Damn, the Dolphins. It's like they got a situation with Tua. Defense ain't really that good. Somebody gonna have to repair that whole situation. Tennessee, they just drafted a quarterback number 1 overall last year. They fired their coach mid-season. They got to get it right. Yeah, there we go. We got somebody coming in with this. There we. You in there, T? Let me
Yeah, what
see.
up?
What's good? There we go. There we go. Let me see if I can bring it back up to the stage real quick. Which one? That's not that. Which one is it? There we go. I think I gotta do this one. Hold on, real quick, T. You in there? There we
Yeah,
go.
I'm here.
There we go. I think I had to put it on the other one. Yeah, There we go. But I'm trying. That one coming up. Oh, I just got to bring it right there. And there we go. Bring you back. There we go. We got it up. We got it up. But yeah, like I was just saying, with Tennessee, man, they got to figure out some things, man. They fired their coach midseason, which is pretty bad. He the guy that drafted Cam. So hey, is what it is. The Giants, they go. I think they should bring in a defensive guy. I would say Flores is going there, but the lawsuit situation is going to keep him away. But they got Dart. They got some pieces on offense. So that might be a good destination. And also, with the Raiders got the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and they have over $100 million in cap space. That's one of the top destinations this offseason for a head coach wanting to come in and just actually rebuild something. But what's up, man? What's up, T, man? How you doing, man?
What's going on, sir? How's your weekend going?
It's cool, man. It's cool, man. Like, just sitting here. I decided to jump on here early, because yeah, man, I needed to because I didn't, want to have to go live doing these playoff games. So
right.
Yeah. How about you, man? How about you?
Just living life right now.
Okay, that's good. That's what's up.
Still alive, so
yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little live real quick, man. Just talk a little bit, before I start getting into these playoff games. I actually got a live with somebody else in the next couple of hours. I'm gonna be dropping the links for that real quick, so everybody can go in there and see it. But yeah, man, that's basically it, man. That's basically it.
Who you picking for this weekend, bro?
I'm picking the Rams over the Cardinals. The Rams over the Panthers. I just had it. There we go. I'm picking the Rams over the Panthers, the Eagles over the Niners. I'm picking the Bears over the Packers, Texans over the Steelers, Bills over the Jaguars, and the Chargers over the Patriots. Yeah, that's who I'm picking.
I think I'm with you on all of them except for the Buffalo over the Jags. I'm taking the Jags over Buffalo.
Hey, man, I was just saying earlier, man, like if Buffalo lose, they might fire their coach, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
They losing their first round. Buffalo might have to fire their coach because it's like if you look at the AFC, this is the first year, all of them, the top. It's only one top tier quarterback, basically, right? Like the marquee quarterback. That's Josh Allen.
Right, Josh Allen. Yeah.
Pat Mahomes ain't there. Burrow's not there. Lamar Jackson not there. Right? Like you the reigning MVP. You should at least go to the title game this year.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you on that standpoint, but also you got to think about, you got a Super Bowl quarterback still in the playoffs. So actually,
cool.
Cool. Yeah, you got Jalen Hurts.
I'm just talking about it from an AFC point of view. Like if you look at the AFC, every year Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Pat Mahomes, them all 4 of them end up beating each other every year.
Yeah, that's true.
But now they ain't got to go through that.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody got a hot take. He said, hot take, Tomlin will be the coach of the Ravens. God damn, that is a hot take. He gonna stand in the division?
Nah, it ain't gonna happen.
Wow.
It ain't gonna happen.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild, my man. That's wild. Like I like it. I like it.
Speaking of hot take coaches, who do you think is gonna be the new coaches for these new vacancy teams?
Okay, let me see. Let me bring that up again. All right. So I got Flores going to the Raiders. That's who I got. I know people like, what? I got Flores going to the Raiders. I got shit, man. I think that's the only lock I got right now is Flores going to the Raiders. Because everybody
that's a lot.
That's a lock, man.
I don't think that's a lot.
If I'm a head coach candidate, I'm going to the Raiders, man. Straight up. Reason why
they're a dumpster fire.
Not really.
How?
Not really. Because I look at it from this aspect, right? Like, if you're a head coach and you want to build a culture and everything like that, like sometimes you go to an organization where you can't start from scratch. A quarterback is already in place. You don't have a lot of cap space. Your draft picks are basically gone, right? So even though the Raiders might be, a marquee team because of how they play and the past couple of seasons, but you look at everything that a head coach will want to go to an organization and build off of. They got over $100 million in cap space. They got a marquee defensive end. They got the number one overall. Nah, he ain't going. If Flores goes there, like I don't think they're gonna trade Crosby anyway, because it's like, what would the reason be to trade Crosby if you're going to bring in a guy?
Because he don't want to be there. Because they took away his incentives and stuff as far as them last few games, as far as trying to sit him down and stuff. He said he want to go out there and compete.
Yeah, you can just what you can do with that is you can just give him an extension or restructure his contract and give him more up top. Like that can be worked around.
It can be worked around, but I don't think he wants to be there though.
I think he a Raider, man. I don't think Crosby going nowhere, man. I really don't. I just think I think the media kind of make too much of it with the incentive situation, because teams can always like restructure or change money around, give him more guaranteed, and especially if they bring in a guy like Flores, that's gonna be the first guy he talked to on staying on that roster, because he's gonna have somebody that he can move around, for the defense. And if you look at the offensive side of the ball, with them having over $100 million in cap space, they can fix the offensive line. They can go out there and get a veteran quarterback, and they can draft a quarterback number 1 overall if they wanted to. And they will have the luxury.
They're going to. Yeah, if they want to, they're going to. They're going to take Mendoza at number 1.
But they will have the luxury of not even starting Mendoza next season, because they got enough money to pay a veteran quarterback to hold that place, until Mendoza is ready. That's a good destination, man. If you really think about it, like if you really think about like the Raiders, like the organization situation, like that's a good spot to go if you're a head coach, man. You building everything from scratch.
That's true.
If you go like for example, like Arizona, right? If you go to Arizona, you got to figure out what you got to do with Kyler. You got to figure out, what you're going to do, with running back, because Corum is, ain't going to be there. Like
all right.
You got too many like what ifs and shit, right? Like the Browns, they don't really have cap space. They had a lot of good draft picks last year, right? Then you got Atlanta. Right. They got to worry about the Kirk Cousins contract. Defense wasn't really good last year, right? Like you got Baltimore. What do you do with Lamar Jackson? Their defense was bad. Like if you want to go to a place where you can start from scratch, it's the Raiders. It's the Raiders. Like
I see your point. I see your point of view, but at the same time, if you got to think realistically and say he's only got one interview right now, and that's with the Ravens.
True.
And as far as with that only one interview, and you talking about the Raiders need a head coach like right now, and you only got one interview for Brian Flores for the Ravens. No, he ain't going to the Raiders.
So you think he'll go to the Ravens?
I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to stay put in Minnesota. I think the Vikings going to do everything they can to make him the defensive coordinator and make him the most happiest coach in the world right now.
I think he up out of there, man. Anywhere it go. I think he.
I don't think so.
I don't think he leaves for a DC job. I think he takes a head coaching job. I just don't think he's gonna be with the Vikings next year, man. He up out of there.
And I agree with you. I think he's gonna take a head coaching job. It's just not right now. I don't think he's gonna do it right now because of the fact that with that lawsuit stuff going on and with the league basically saying like, you did prove it. Yeah, you did other stuff. But at the same time, it's like, we're not ready for you to be a head coach yet.
Yeah, we're going to see. But, and that's why the Raiders is the perfect place to do it. Raiders don't give a shit about the NFL.
And I agree with you. Raiders don't give two flying F's. But at the same time, it's like Minnesota didn't either because they brought him in. They hired him as a defensive coordinator for the last 3 seasons. Yeah, as a DC. So it's like, you got teams that don't care, but you also got teams that's like band together to be like, hey, no, we don't want to be a head coach because everything's going on. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he may turn our franchise around or maybe do other stuff like that, but no, we don't want that
They don't want that. Yeah.
that style on us and like that. So
They don't want to. They don't want to have to keep talking about the lawsuit
yeah, they don't
because
want to have to keep lawsuiting like that. So
yeah,
and you notice that one time, in Minnesota, it never came up at all.
yeah. I'm just looking at it like he good at what he do. I want him to succeed. I don't want to hold him back.
Yeah,
If he take a head coaching job, I ain't gonna be mad. Vikings just got to figure some things out, and move forward. Like it ain't really like I'm kind of over the situation. Really, tell you the truth. Like I just really feel Flores is probably up out of here. We not sure what job they're not here yet. We're not here. We're not sure what job he gonna take. But I just think at the end of the day, man, it's only 32 head coaches in the NFL, and if he get offered one, I think he might just jump on it, man.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta look at last year he had 3 interviews and he got passed over by people less qualified than him.
Who?
I can't remember the 3 interviews he had, but they said he had 3 interviews last year when coaching candidacy came up. He had 3 interviews, and as good as a coach he is, he got passed over by them positions. So
Yeah, but I mean, shit. Some of them positions probably wasn't even that good anyway. I thought the New England one would have been one that he could have took last year, but they went with Weber, which makes sense.
Right.
Because they just fired Mayo, and it would be kind of stupid to fire Mayo, and then you bring in the other DC you had, which was Flores, that left to become head coach, and he was the reason why Mayo became the DC because he had to take Flores' job back in the day. So,
but I don't know, because you got to remember, New England fired him after 1 season, and they bring in somebody else, and
yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like Weber was the better option there in my opinion because he was already a head coach. Like,
right,
I think Flores would have been a cool fit, but Vrabel just I think he fit there, man. He fit there.
And I saw the other day that Dallas requested an interview for his understudy.
Yeah,
for the right. So my thing is, why interview the understudy if you don't want the guy who teaches them stuff?
Because they know that Flores is going to take a head coaching job, not a DC job.
Them Cowboys.
No,
Don't Cowboys. They want him.
But think about it though, right? If you already got word that he want a head coaching job, not a DC job, you the best thing you can do is get the understudy because you ain't gonna fire you're not gonna fire Schottenheimer or Flores. You're not. You're just not gonna do that right now. So therefore, the consolation prize will be Durante Jones. Like that's just how that look. Because that's what I'm saying. You had that big report coming out about Flores and the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys was going, throw the bag at them and everything like that. And I was telling my boy Big Skol yesterday, like, man, like at the end of the day, man, we can sit here and say the Vikings going throw the bag at him, boom, boom, boom. But if he want to be a head coach, it don't matter what you throw at him as a DC. He want to be a head coach. And if you look at
I'm gonna say this, and I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But my thing is like if Minnesota offer him the bag and say we want you to stay here, the defensive coordinator, and you got one interview for a head coaching job and you don't get it, nobody else interviews, be like, all right, cool, I'm taking this bag then because they want me here in Minnesota. Because
that's different because that means he wasn't offered a head coaching job. What I'm saying is the head coaching job is going to trump any kind of bag you're going to offer him.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Like,
but if only they give him control of the team and stuff like that, though. That's only like if they say like, well, we're gonna bring you as a head coach as a publicity stunt, but at the same time, it's like if they don't offer him his creative control and say, hey, I won't bring this person in, we'll bring that person in, it don't matter.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying he's gonna be real picky on where he's gonna go. And I think teams off top, they already know what they gotta do to bring in Brian Flores. So I was breaking it down to my boy Big Skol yesterday, right? And this is why I think we gotta stop saying, oh, we're gonna throw the bag at Flores and Flores you want to say DC. Everything Flores has done as a DC, he's already succeeded. He got 4 Super Bowls as a DC already.
True.
Like 4 Super Bowls. He already made a lot of money as a DC and as a head coach because they paid him out already.
Right.
So
Right.
at the end of the day, if he wants to be a head coach, you can't stop whatever you do. You can't stop him from leaving because you can't keep him here because the only thing he really wants is to become a head coach. Unless you're going to fire Kevin O'Connell and make Brian Flores a head coach, like there's really nothing that can entice you here to stay in Minnesota because you've already accomplished everything. Like that's just how I look at it. Like that's how I be like, man, people be like, oh man, we got to keep Flores. Like, man, Flores was going to be I'm surprised he was here 3 years.
Right.
Like, I'm surprised because eventually he was going to leave anyway. I'm just like, man, Flores, if you want to go, thank you. I appreciate what you did for this team, but I ain't mad at you, bro, because that's what you want in your life. You want to be a head coach on this team. And he's basically said it multiple times about him wanting to be a head coach again. So I'm just like, we got to get this fairy tale out our head. Like, oh, the Wills going to offer him buku money to stay. You don't want to be a DC.
And I agree with you like 1,000%. Like this, that's what the man wanted to be. He wanted to be a head coach. But sometime in life, you don't get what you want. You have to get what you need because the fact that what you wanted to be a head coach. But like you said before, a lot of these teams in the NFL be like, nah, you still got this lawsuit going on. We don't want this headache on our team. We don't want you controlling stuff. We don't want that same energy that you bring back from Miami, saying like, oh, your quarterback is soft. Your quarterback is this. My quarterback, I don't want this quarterback. No, we don't want all that. All right, and keep you as a DC.
And that's why I'm saying the Raiders is the best spot for Flores because he don't have to deal with that. Everything that Flores will have to do, he will be bringing it in on his own. Him and the front office will be bringing that in. They got Geno. They're not going to keep Geno. We know that.
No.
They probably going to cut Geno. He will have the ability to bring in his young quarterback and develop him and bring in a veteran quarterback to his liking. Any other place outside of Cleveland, they already got their quarterback solidified, or maybe Arizona, right? That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I keep telling people like the Raiders is the best spot for Flores, man.
And I agree. Like I said, I agree with you, but he has to get the interview and he'll get the job.
He will. I think he'll get it. I think the
like it's just right now. It just you only got one interview lined up for the Baltimore Ravens for the head coaching jobs.
Yeah, and I'm
pretty sure they're gonna interview other candidates also. They ain't just gonna be, oh, we just want Flores and that's it.
They will.
They're gonna interview him. And then I guarantee they're gonna ask him about that lawsuit. They're gonna like, okay, what's your plan with the lawsuit? You gonna plan on dropping the lawsuit if we give you the head coaching job, or they're gonna be like, are you still continuing to fight this or what? Because if you don't want to fight it, then okay, we'll bring you one as a head coaching job.
Hey, Raider Nation, we coming. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, I want Flores to go to the Raiders bad, man, like bad. I already told y'all, like my dad, my uncle, big Raider fans. A lot of my cousins Raider fans because I'm out here in Southern California, so the Raiders are close to me. But at the same time, it's like I just feel like the Raiders is the best spot for him, man. I keep saying it over and over again. The Raiders gonna be the best spot. But back to your point though, T. I think the John Harbaugh situation kind of put a wrench in everybody's plans at head coach. Because I think what could happen too, though, let's say Buffalo does lose. I think that hey, Harbaugh might can go there. I think if maybe the Green Bay Packers lose, they might let LaFleur go because of the same situation all over again, And I just think like I'm not really too high strong on how many interviews he's getting right now because we still don't know how many teams are still looking for a head coach. It could be more next week. Like it could be more. True. So I just think that he's probably just actually like waiting it out or, whatever, because even though he's not getting interviews, his agents is probably already talking to teams still on the set that up. So it's going to be interesting, but I think the first domino will probably drop will be Harbaugh.
That's guaranteed. That's guaranteed. Yeah. Okay, what do you think he's going to fall to? I think because I saw a little like a little notification that like the moment he got fired, within 45 minutes later, it's like 17 was calling him like, hey, Are you interested? We can bring you in right now.
I
So it's
mean,
like he getting offers.
Harbaugh's is going to be the most touted coach right now. He could go to the Raiders. I mean, I can see that's a possibility too.
Yeah.
Every team is going to be wanting to talk to Harbaugh first. The Giants is cool, but that's the thing about the Raiders situation, man. Like the Raiders situation, man, it's like it's a great situation, man. Like you got over 100 million in cap space. You got Tom Brady in the front office. You in the spot in Vegas. You got a new stadium, and you got the first overall pick. Like even if you don't pick a quarterback, you can trade down. It's like I just think like Harbaugh probably his three positions where I think he's probably going to go. Well, either the Raiders, New York, or Miami. That's it.
I think I'm leaning toward Miami. I'm leaning toward Miami because he got a good roster there. Now if Tua can stay healthy and actually be the quarterback that everybody think he's supposed to be coming out of Alabama, then he got a good situation there. You think he out of there?
Yeah, Tua up out of there, man. They ain't finna mess around with Tua. Whoever go down there, Tua's gonna be there for one more year. Then he'll probably be cut or traded next year. He up out of there, man. Like there's no saving Tua from what he is now, man.
Right.
There's you got somebody saying Harbaugh to the Steelers. Okay, Harbaugh to the Steelers. That'd be crazy. Standing in the division, that'd be crazy. That will be crazy. We got another Raider fan in here. Say, I don't know if you're Raider fan or not. The Raiders need flow back to the first round. Yeah, true. Harbaugh wants 20 million. Somebody said Harbaugh wants 20 million annually and total control over a team. Whoa, shit. Hey, somebody gonna give it to him though. Watch.
Somebody gonna give it to him. Yeah. Somebody gonna give it to him.
Somebody gonna give it to him. That's crazy. I ain't mad at that.
And that's another thing too. What's going to be Flores' asking price? Because like I said, right now, besides Harbaugh, Bifo is the hottest coaches out there right now.
Harbaugh, Bifo. That's in the top two. Everybody else is to me look like coordinators. You know,
yeah.
Raheem Morris probably gonna be a coordinator again. I don't think that McDaniel should be another head coach as of right now. So yeah, it's gonna be them the top two.
Yeah. All right, so let me ask you this question because I'm thinking about something for McDaniels. If McDaniels go back to the offensive coordinator and KLC decide I'm giving up my play calling abilities, would you like McDaniels as the offensive coordinator?
I don't think Kevin O'Connell would give a play calling for that.
Well, let's just say he did.
He won't. Like he won't give a play calling. But I think what could be beneficial, even if McDaniel doesn't have the play calling, title, I think he would be good for the offense. He would be good for the running game. So he has different attributes that he can do outside of the play calling. Because I just think like until we actually see Kevin O'Connell say he's gonna give a play calling, like it's probably not gonna happen. I mean, like
it's not a far-fetched idea for him to give up play calling.
It's not.
Because if you look at if you look at Dan Campbell even said that he gave up play calling for Detroit, and look what happened.
They can't start losing games.
Yeah.
It ended up getting out the playoffs. I'm just saying like if somebody say McDaniel to the Falcons, I can see that happening too.
I can see that happening too.
I just think like we haven't heard a lot from the Vikings organization as of right now. I know it's a lot of things that's going on in Minnesota. They probably don't want to put the team out there to kind of like fuck with the news too much. But
right.
I'm just saying, man, like if he did, that's cool. But if he don't, then we know where that's gonna lead. Like we can't just keep arguing about the same shit. You get what I'm saying? Like he ain't really showed he want to give it up anyway. Like why would bringing in McDaniel? Unless that's the McDaniel tells him off top, like, yo, I'm not coming here unless I call plays.
Right.
or I'm gonna go somewhere else, or he might want a head coaching job. Shit like that. So you're a Raider fan.
But I will say this: the Vikings have made some news though. They haven't. I mean, they made some moves as far as the last few days. They have though.
Who?
They fired their offensive. They fired their offensive line coach.
Who did?
The Vikings.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They fired him. They fired him. Not too long ago, like a couple days ago, they fired him because they said that the offensive line was ranked 32 ranking. So they fired him not too long ago.
I don't see where they fired him.
Hey, do you watch the purple FTW on YouTube?
Pepper for the win. Yeah. I see him every now and then. No.
Okay, so he did one because I just looked at one of his videos. He said that they fired him. What was it, Thursday? Because I followed him on YouTube also, and he said that they fired him on.
They ain't fired Cooper. He's still there. They ain't fired nobody. They haven't even had no interviews yet. They gonna do everything next week.
But they're probably gonna do it next week then. But they said he's actually gonna be fired. So
nah, they didn't fire him. I'm looking at it right now, and then
if I find that video, I'm gonna send it to you on X. If I find that video,
because I'm just looking right now, man. Like they ain't fired nobody. They ain't fired nobody. All right, 2 Coke cans. You got Packers, Eagles, Rams, Chargers, Jags, and Texans. Okay, I see you. If we're going to get a prospects people, yeah, next year's draft for y'all. Yeah, for real. Mike Lopez, trade Crosby. Nah, don't trade Crosby, man. He a Raider, man. Leave Crosby alone. Yeah, T. I don't know where you seen that one at, man. I ain't heard nobody get fired. That would have been breaking news.
Okay. So I just found the video, and I'm gonna send it to you on X if I can send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me on X. I might even play it. Send it to me because I don't think they fired nobody. I don't think so. Send Crosby to the Bears? Nah, keep him there. Oh man, 2 Coke cans. You got the Seahawks, the Rams, Chargers, and Jags. I like that. You sent it to me already?
So I just posted on my profile.
All right, let me see if I can go to it real quick. Trying to check something else out. Let's see what we talking about here. Let's see what we talking about. Move this screen over here. Put that there. Super Bowl Seahawks. Oh, I see you.
Boy, if that happens, Vikings will never hear the end of it.
Man, I won't even be mad at it, man. What am I be mad about? I can't be mad at that, man. They a better team than us, man. They know how to run the ball.
It's just the fact that he had the quarterback and everything like that, though.
Yeah, but ain't no guarantee that he was gonna win with us. We saw what happened when he was with us. Kevin O'Connell bad play calling made him look bad. They know how to run the ball over there. They know how to control the line of scrimmage. We don't.
That's true. But
yeah, I can't get mad at that, man. Like I can't, man. All right, why this shit ain't going? Let me just do like this. Copy it. Oh, it was already in the background. Let me see. It's on your profile of the first one?
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can bring. Now, where did he say it at? Like, because it's like 15 minutes.
It's like 15 minutes, but it's like it's like in the middle of it because I was watching it earlier.
Yeah, I'm about to. I want to bring it up like right at the spot, right there. He said, "I've been watching football for a long time, And 3 things you must have to build a championship team: elite QB, offensive line, edge rusher. Yeah, exactly. Crosby ain't going nowhere, man. Crosby elite, man. I'm telling you, whoever the Raiders bring in, they gonna make sure they make Crosby happy. You know, T was just saying about the guarantees or the escalators. That can be fixed. You can restructure that contract where he can get all the escalators that he didn't get for not playing that last game. For real. For real. For real. That's just all I'm saying, man. Like anything happen in the NFL, man. Yeah. Why you trade him for a trash pick? Like why would you do that? Like why would you do that? For sure. For sure.
Okay. I just found the mark when you talking about it. Go to where it's like 5 minutes and like 23 seconds, something like that. So.
I'm gonna just start it at 5 minutes.
Really good stuff there. Also, some not great stuff. Bucks fan page. The Vikings interior offensive line ranked.
All right. So hold on real quick. I'm about to share this screen. All right, can you turn yours down, too?
I got it.
All right, let me try to get this up here to share screen real quick. There we go. Share it, bring that thing up. Let's see what we talking about here. Let me know if you can hear it or not.
Was named NFC
Can you hear
Special Teams Player of the Month.
Yeah.
December, 48 points, 12 for 12 PATs, 12 for 12 field goals. Love the symmetry. Also 3 for 3, 50+ yard field goals, and should have been a Pro Bowler. Should be first team All Pro. Certainly should be. And you'll love that the thrill is getting some recognition. It's really good stuff there. Also, some not great stuff. Vikes fan page. The Vikings interior offensive line ranked 32nd in pressure rate allowed for the second straight season, according to Next Gen Stats. Only Las Vegas Raiders interior offensive line was dinged for more sacks than the Vikings this season. And a lot of it was a gong show on the interior. Like Jackson had his rookie season. Jurgens was in for Kelly. Kelly was banged up intermittently. You had Joe Huber start a game. You had Will Fries. You had Blake Brandel in that mix where the lack of continuity there certainly hurts things. But also, I mean, looking back last year, the interior offensive line of Reisner, Bradbury, and Ed Ingram was just as bad, right? And then you look at Ingram. I mean, Ed Ingram is playing at a Pro Bowl adjacent level. You didn't get voted in, but he's been really damn good with the Texans this year. Also, Bradbury had a nice little season with the Patriots. So what it comes down to, they have to fire offensive line coach Chris Cooper because injuries are injuries, yes, but
Come on, T. You heard what the man said, T. Come on, man. Come on, man. What did the man say? He said they have to fire. He said that they didn't fire. They have.
Hey, I got wishful thinking.
This is all speculation, man. Come on.
But it's coming though. It's coming though. They're gonna fire him on Monday.
We don't know that. I'm not saying keep him. I'm just saying we don't know that yet, man. Come on, T.
Finish it out though. Finish it out because he's talking about some
of development and depth. That's on coaching, right? You can complain about Kwesi all that you want about not getting the right guys, but some of these guys clearly have talent, as evidenced by Bradbury and Ed Ingram thriving immediately after leaving the Vikings. So it really is a coaching and development issue. So I don't know.
Shout out to Andy. Thank you, Andy, for watching my video because that's exactly what I've been saying. But come on, T. That's speculation, man. Speculation, man.
Hey, that's a heavy speculation that he needs to be fired and he's going to get fired.
Everybody know that though. I've been saying that since last season.
I've been saying it since I joined your crew. I've been saying that the offensive line coach need to go.
Come on, man.
Because he ain't doing his job.
Hey, you know what though? Look, hey, 2 Coke cans. You already know I did a video. I deep dived into all of them. If we're gonna talk about all the offensive linemen that did better after they left the Vikings, Badarian Lowe, Ezra Cleveland, Oli Udoh, Gary Bradbury, and Ingram. That's a starting 5 offensive line off top. Think about that. That's a starting offensive line doing way better. Come on now. What are we talking about here? This is something we talked about, man. Like, come on now. Come on now. You right. You right. Okay. JJ McCarthy disappointed considering he had a good O-line and receiving core. First off, the offensive line was been hurt the whole season. And I'm not giving the excuse for McCarthy. He needs to play better and he needs to be available for every game. Off top. All right. That's just how I look at it. But I'm not finna sit here and say that the offensive line was the best offensive line. They weren't healthy. The only person that played every game, that was a starter for the offensive line was Will Fries, and he wasn't even that great this year. Let's just be real. Like, call it for what it is, man. But everybody else, who in the chat, man, if you watching, I appreciate you, man. Like, thank you. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Let me go my boy right here. Yep. Hey, that's what I'm saying, two Cold Cans. Literally all those positions, 5 different spots. That's a whole offensive line. And Brad Berry at $3 million, which he was paid. You feel me? Like, you overpaid for Ryan Kelly, who can't stay healthy, and you overpaid for Real Fries, which is giving you the same thing you had in Ed Ingram. You really didn't have to do that. And I'm just saying, like, you can't blame Kwesi for that. You got to blame coaching for that. You got to blame the coaching for that, man. Thank you. I'm glad everybody else is seeing the situation. You feel me? Exactly. I mean,
but
yeah, they turn.
Okay, and I see where you're going with the whole blaming the coaching and stuff like that. I'm all for blaming coaching because they put the people in the wrong position to not succeed. But if you go look at Kevin O'Connor's offense, they never been top 5 offenses.
Nah, but
even when he was with the Rams, like when he won the Super Bowl with the Rams, they was top 6.
Skol. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I get you. But what I'm saying is, though, like, we can't keep having the same conversation every year of we got to fix the offensive line. It comes down to coaching, because if you look at the draft picks and you look at what Kwesi was doing, they drafted guys that could actually play, but the coaches didn't get them ready to actually play. So they ended up trading guys and bringing in older, more expensive veterans to fill roster spots that they thought they needed when they didn't need to. That's the problem. He said, my question is who made the decisions to bench Turner, and then what coach vouched for him to come back on the field. Look, that's my problem with Flores. You feel me? Like, Kevin O'Connell and Flores, they don't necessarily have the patience for developing young talent, right? And if you think about it from a different standpoint, Colt Cans, right? Let's just look at the Andrew Booth situation. Andrew Booth was not playing well, but with corner, you have to throw corners out there so they can be able to make their mistakes. Now, I'm not saying Andrew Booth would have came out here and would have been a Pro Bowler, but what did Kwesi do? He traded Andrew Booth away to the Dallas Cowboys and got back Noshawn Wright, and Noshawn Wright could not get on the field. And now this year, Noshawn Wright actually has been playing, every game for the Chicago Bears, and he's a goddamn Pro Bowler. That's on Flores, because you had a guy in the building and you could not play him. And then when we talk about Dallas Turner, that's why I said it. I'm gonna call this out. I said this shit weeks ago, if not months ago. The Vikings should trade Jonathan Gennard. Now you got Purple Daily saying this. You got a lot of people in the media saying what I've been saying for the past couple of months. Because I compared it to the Kobe Bryant situation. Kobe Bryant was drafted with the Los Angeles Lakers, and he had a hard time getting on the field consistently because he had Eddie Jones in front of him. He had Serge Zavala in front of him. He had Nick Van Exel. But once the Lakers moved away from those guys, it was able for Kobe to actually be a starter and get more consecutive minutes to actually develop. That's the Dallas Turner situation. Jonathan Gennard is in Dallas Turner's way at this point right now. If we want Dallas Turner to succeed and be the player that we drafted him to be, we're going to have to move Jonathan Gennard so Turner can play on a consistent basis. Like, that's just how it's going to have to work, man.
Or and I saw that somewhere. I can't remember where it was. What if they actually keep all three as far as Gink, Turner, and Grenard, and they just move
Yeah,
Grenard or
yeah,
Gink to the outside linebacker?
But who's gonna play the middle? Who gonna be the out of those three outside linebackers? Who is the one that you can play in the middle?
I could say Turner can be in the middle.
I think Turner can too, but would you want to do that, or is he better suited as an outside linebacker pass rusher going forward?
He's better. He's better going forward as a pass rusher. But at the same time, it's like
the quick fix is
like because my thing is like it's like I was looking at some of your videos with Paul Allen and like that, and I was like, if Eric Wilson is gone, then that's a spot that they can fill for either Grenard or Turner.
Yeah, that's true. But then you got to think about too, if Flores leaves, you don't know what scheme you bringing in anyway. So
that's true. That's true. So, I mean, I don't think it's. I think because the talent is there for the defense. You know what I mean? It's there. It's just like you said, as far as what scheme would they like to bring up, as far as it's not gonna be the same scheme as far as Flores. But I think, like, let's say if you bring in Raheem Morris in as a defensive coordinator for us. I mean, if you look at Atlanta's defense, they were still top 15 in the NFL, but regardless. So
yeah, they were great.
But like I said, it's the talent. It's the talent that's going to make that scheme work.
I just think you have a luxury of riches with Dallas Turner and Jonathan Grenard. Jonathan Grenard contract is a little up there, and he is, a little up in age. Dallas Turner, you're gonna have 3 more years under cost control with the team. When you pick up the 5th year option. I do not want to keep playing around with Dallas Turner being a part-time player, only really starting when somebody gets hurt, because what's going to happen is we're not going to see the full benefit of Dallas Turner until these guys go away, and then we're going to have to pay him. Let's get Dallas Turner as a starter consistently while he's on his rookie contract. And I'm not saying we shouldn't pay Dallas Turner, because as of right now, if he keeps his trajectory, I think he should get paid. But why would you wait? Why would you wait till his contract is just about up for him to be a starter every down? Just do it now. He's going into his 3rd year. Just do it now. Just move Grenard. Like
this is what I feel. This is what I kind of see going forward in my little future crystal ball. During the off season, I think they are gonna trade Grenard. Get like maybe they're gonna probably get like a second or third, maybe a 3rd or 4th round pick for him. They're gonna keep Dallas because he's been succeeding these last 5-6 weeks.
Yep.
So it's like keep him in there, have Gink and you have Turner on either side, so both of them can switch, and then they'll be your starting defensive ends.
Yeah, that's
because you can get a lot for Grenard, but especially with the talent that he is, you can still get a lot as far as like quality draft picks and everything like that from them.
True.
And for a fact, it'll help on the salary cap also, and with Jones being gone, because I can see Aaron Jones being cut.
Yeah.
Harrison Smith being gone, at a retirement. CJ Henry retiring. Harbaugh, I can see not Harbaugh, but I can see Jonathan Allen being gone. I can see them bringing back the other guy, but Jonathan Allen's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson's gonna be gone. Could they just be signed? You don't think Hawkinson's gonna be gone?
Nah, hell nah. You'd be dumb to bro. I don't think a lot of people actually understands what TJ Hawkinson does for this team. Like his blocking ability has gotten a whole lot better. The way they can kind of like move linebackers to actually look at him being a threat. Like I understand like that TJ Hawkinson numbers hasn't been the same numbers before the injury, but TJ Hawkinson is still that guy. And what you got to understand though too is like a lot of times people get to the point where they just want to move away from guys. But I'm gonna start asking this question when people say when they want to move guys, who you gonna replace them with?
You can get a tight end in the draft.
Yeah, but that tight end might not be as well rounded as TJ. Like
and if you think about it, and if like right now, Josh Oliver been doing his production is even better than TJ Hawkinson right now.
Yeah, because TJ Hawkinson is taking away the linebacker where Josh Oliver is getting open.
Right.
Like it's the same situation like that we had with KJ Osborne. KJ Osborne. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. KJ Osborne is actually, was good when he was playing number 3 receiver. But when he went to number 2, they look the same. You get what I'm saying? Like we gotta we gotta look at the whole thing as a nutshell. Now, all right, look, the TJ Hawkins number is bad because the quarterback playing exactly. Yeah, I like Isaiah Likely. I do, but he's going for $10 million. And
10 million, yeah. And for if they just gave us a new extension, so
yeah, if he going for 10 million, and you want just think about it like this though. So you're gonna get rid of Isaiah Likely, you're gonna sign Isaiah Likely and get rid of TJ Hawkinson. You might as well get 10 million TJ. You just might as well. Likely might be more athletic, but come on, man. Oscar Dale from Georgia, yeah, but you still gotta develop him. You still have to develop him. I'm just asking. You get rid of TJ Hawkinson. If you go after a veteran in free agency, you're gonna pay more. If you go after a younger player in the draft, you gotta develop him. So you might as well just keep him another year. Like you can restructure.
You can restructure, but at the same time, it's like how much money there are below the salary cap at the moment.
They not. They over the salary cap, 39 million.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. They over 39 million. So that means they're gonna have to cut somebody, right? Look at Hawkinson's contract.
But they don't have to cut him to get under the salary cap. They can restructure his contract because it's guaranteed money. Like they got 2 things that they could do at free agency. They can restructure O'Neal and extend his years out, or they can do Jefferson. And those 2 deals will get them under the salary cap.
Do you really think they're gonna restructure Jefferson and they just gave him all that money?
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
And you want your best receiver and the best receiver in the NFL to be happy, right?
But why wouldn't it restructure to make them happy? You're going to give them more money up front. That's going to help the salary cap.
We just going to help. Well, yeah, that's true. But
that's like when you restructure it, all you do is just put the money up front, right? And you extend the years. Like Jefferson, he won't be mad at that. You just get him more money.
I don't think he'd be mad at that. Nah.
He's getting a pay cut. He's just gonna get more years on this deal.
He's gonna get more years. You're right about that. Like I said, it's just I just think they're gonna make some cuts come March. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna let you go. So they don't have to restructure anybody.
Yeah, but even when they let people go, then they still going to have a dead money cap hit. Like if you get rid of certain players, you're just not letting them go for free. You're gonna have a dead.
Right.
You're just gonna have you might get $1 million here, $1 million there, and it starts to add up. That's why I'm saying like you got to restructure the Brian O'Neal deal.
So okay, let me ask you this. I know we talked about it last weekend, and it was kind of a hot subject at the moment. The backup quarterback situation. Because I know you asked this to Paul Allen the other day. Mm-hmm. The backup quarterback situation. Do you feel comfortable for them to make a move for Kirk Cousins?
It depends. Like I don't have a problem with it. It just depends on what the money looks like, and you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna. I wouldn't have a problem with them bringing Kirk back for that to be the backup. I wouldn't have a problem with that
because he knows the system like the back of his hand.
Yeah,
and they did have some success with Cousins, especially with the relationship with him and Jefferson. My only issue as far as with JJ.
to Coke cans real quick. Hey, you are completely right. Me and my boy Zoe been saying this since last season. It does not matter what young, talented quarterback Kevin O'Connell was going to get. It was going to look like that. Drake May was too. You just call it for what it is. But yeah, now go ahead to what you're saying.
I'm just saying that with the relationship with him and with Cousins and Jefferson, that was pretty much off the chart. And I don't see their relationship building with JJ. For whatever reason, I don't see that.
I think JJ, he's Kevin O'Connell's fork in the road.
Right.
And what I mean by that is JJ seems like a type of player and a personality where he's going to listen to what Kevin O'Connell wants to do in the coaching staff, but in that same aspect, he's going to challenge them. And sometimes coaches and just people in general, they don't want to be challenged, And I think JJ's personality is that. And I'm not going to say right now that I think that JJ and Kevin O'Connell, they're not a good fit. I just think Kevin O'Connell is a little bit stubborn in a situation because he was touted as this quarterback guru, for the past couple of seasons and everything like that. But now that he really actually has to do the job in developing a quarterback, he tried to have that same, demeanor in that same process that he would have had with veterans, and he saw it fail. Like everybody saw it fail, and I just think JJ is kind of like, well, I can't, not saying he can't do X, Y, and Z, but he knew it was failing too. And I don't think Kirk Cousins coming in here is going to have anything to do with the relationship between O'Connell and Jefferson. I mean, O'Connell and McCarthy. I just think if Kirk came in here, Kirk might be a bridge for them. He might make it better for them because then Kevin O'Connell can tell Kirk, hey, could you have this conversation with McCarthy? I need him to do X, Y, and Z. And with Kirk being a quarterback, he can delay that because he knows the terminology, So it could be a benefit. It could be a benefit,
Okay,
What?
I'm gonna ask you this game. We're gonna play this game called What If, and I'm gonna ask you between 4 quarterbacks who you want to choose, who you want to have as your starting quarterback as the 4.
Okay.
What if you had the option between JJ, Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins, or Joe Burrow
as a starter?
As a starter. Who would you want as your starter, as your starting quarterback? Who would you want as your starting quarterback?
I want JJ over anybody. You can't.
Why is that?
You can't give me a name. You can't give me a name that I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take over JJ. You can't. And the reason why you can't is because I look at the metrics, I look at the contract, I look at the business side of it too. If you go with Burrow, you're overplaying for a quarterback that misses every season. You feel me? Like, just be real. Joe Burrow is hurt every other year. So at least with McCarthy being hurt, it don't really hurt your team as much if you have a backup quarterback because he's on the rookie pay scale. And if he gets hurt again and he can't play, then he can't stay healthy in this league. So why would you trade assets away to get a player he's better, but he's always hurt too? Baker Mayfield. No, Baker Mayfield is good, but I'm not overpaying for Baker Mayfield. I'm not giving Baker Mayfield $40 million. I'm not doing that. That makes no sense to me. For real. Like, who else did you say?
Let's see. I said JJ, Baker, Joe Burrow, and Kirk Cousins.
I just take Kirk as the backup, but I'm not going to take Kirk. I'm not going to take Kirk to be the starter. I'll take Kirk as a backup. Yeah, hey, Gil, I'm not trying to make Kirk to be a team player. All I'm saying is we playing the what if game, man. We playing the what if game. I just said what if Kirk can be a bridge between the two. That's all I'm saying, man. I ain't trying to say make him out to be something he's not, but we really don't know like how it's been in Atlanta either. Yeah, Kirk is the king of contracts. He is. But would I want him as a backup? I'll take it. And it all depends on what the money gonna look like too. But there's other backups quarterbacks out there that I like, outside of Kirk Cousins. When Paul Allen was on here, he made a good point about Mariota. Mariota actually played okay with Washington. I'll take that as a backup.
I don't want Mariota. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know his play been good this last year behind Daniels, but at the same time, it's like, how much can Mariota can take? You know what I mean? Especially when Mariota was in a weak division as far as the NFC East. Their defense, all NFC East team defense was horrible, other than the Eagles.
But what I'm saying is, though, when we looking at a backup quarterback, we just need him to win a couple of games. We need him to be in the building. Like, the Vikings can't go out there and not get a veteran backup quarterback, especially to start, preseason and training camp. They didn't have that this year. They had motherfucking Sam Howell, and then he got traded, and then Carson Wentz got moved in here. Hey, I'm down with
I'd rather have Carson Wentz, be honest with you. If he could just stay healthy, he'd be great.
Yeah. He's already there. Hey, I have A-Rod too, man. Like, I ain't even tripping, man. I'll take A-Rod over Kirk. But we gonna see.
And you know good and well, wait a minute, if we get A-Rod ain't gonna be no backup to nobody.
He won't be. But that's what I'm saying, though. I'm not moving off of McCarthy as of right now. So
I'm not either. But my thing is like, if he can't stay healthy, he don't need to be here. I mean, not necessarily be here, but as far as he don't need to be playing because of the fact that he can't stay healthy.
But
this is two seasons in a row that he can't prove that he can stay healthy.
But this is his first season. His first season, him playing. You gotta give him the benefit of the doubt next year. Now, if he get hurt next year and he missed more than 5 games, then unless it's a concussion. Concussions, I put the asterisk on. You drafted him for a reason. You have to okay, look, this is how I see it, and I hope everybody in the chat. Look, hey, I'm down with that too. I'm down with that too, bro. I really am. Let me get to the chat real quick before I say what I say. KOC can't develop a quarterback. Tyler, he still is. Yeah, Rodgers actually is good. Osman, I look at it like this though, man. Like, you got to get a kid opportunities to go out there and play. And I know he didn't look good beginning of the season. Mid-season, he kept getting hurt. That's fine. Let's see what happens next year. That's why I say bringing in a quarterback that you feel can start for you multiple games, just in case things don't go too well. And if things look how they look this season, you move on from McCarthy next year. You keep him on the roster as a backup, and you look for you a veteran quarterback, or you get one in the draft. But I don't think if Jaden McCarthy fails, you're firing everybody. You're firing Kwesi. You're firing Kevin O'Connell. They won't be able to pick another quarterback at that point.
You saw what happened when he the last game when he tried to truck that guy.
Yeah, I like
they said a lot of people liked it, but the coach didn't like it because you put yourself in harm's risk.
Man,
you coming off a fractured hand, and then you try to truck somebody trying to make a difference. I get that. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for you showing emotion and everything like that, but you got to be smart. Even Jefferson said, you're our starting quarterback. You have to be smart about your decision making as far as, because we need you on the field. It ain't gonna do us no good if you're not on the field for our producing, because you want to be this head honcho trying to run somebody over.
I'm not tripping on that, man. I'm just not tripping on that. Like, it's football. When you in the moment things happen, you get fiery. You do some things. You feel me? Like, I'm not tripping on that. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Like I said, I agree that the kid needs to show emotion. The kid needs to show heart. But you got to be smart about it, though.
Yeah, but he gonna have to learn that. He's gonna have to learn that.
But when you got players trying to tell him that, like, dude, you don't always have to truck everybody over.
That's fine.
Take their slide.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's something he's gonna have to learn. Like, he not if he ain't getting it now, then he gonna have to learn it. And what my man Gil said right now, this coaching staff haven't developed anybody. They haven't. I talked about it months ago. Talked about it last year. It's the problem. That's why I don't really blame Kwesi too much, because regardless of the players he gonna draft, the coaching staff can't develop them. Like it is what it is. Hey, exactly. Can the coaches develop the players? I asked you, T, who has the Vikings developed in the past 3 seasons?
I mean that's a wide open question though, because the fact that you have developed some good receivers.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
You have developed a few good offensive linemen.
Where have
You talking about the receivers?
Okay, the receivers. I'm not. That's Keenan McCardell. I'm not counting the receivers. I'm not. They out the loop. Outside of the receivers and defensive line, who has the Vikings developed on this roster?
Brian O'Neill, Christian Carousel.
30 years old, bro. They didn't develop Brian O'Neill. Brian O'Neill was already a Pro Bowler before Kevin O'Connell got here.
I understand that, but he's still learning underneath their system though too.
But we talking about
I tell it to people all the time before I work here in Oklahoma. If the offensive line is the most healthy offensive line, they can't be touched.
Bro,
I said Brian O'Neill and Christian Carousel.
No, you can't say that either.
You really? Because when Christian Carousel got in the league, he was one of the best left offensive tackles in the league.
Look. Okay, I'm gonna make it easier for you. Who has the Vikings drafted and developed?
Like here recently?
Who has since the Kevin O'Connell Kwesi regime has been in place for the Minnesota Vikings? Who have they drafted and developed outside of the receivers? My man
Donovan Jackson.
Dallas is playing good right now, but he need to be the starter.
Donovan Jackson.
No, you can't say that right now, because he's only played
1 year.
You can't. You can't say that. He's only played 1 year. He's still in the development process. You can't say that. I give Dallas, because Dallas is in year 2 and he made a jump. But outside of that, who have they developed? I'm talking about Kwesi, Kevin O'Connell regime. My man 6'3", I'm giving you Dallas. Outside of that, who is it?
You got to understand, far as with their draft picks.
No.
It's all been
their
draft picks has been more missed than hits here. Like other than Donovan Jackson and Dallas Turner.
No, bro. They haven't developed the talent on both sides of the ball. They only want to fill the spots with aging veteran contracts. We need to stop making that excuse. We want to blame Kwesi and say Kwesi can't draft, blah blah blah. But you don't even play the players he drafts. You don't let them develop. Okay, off top. Even with the receivers, you drafted Ty Felton in the 3rd round, but then you traded for Adam Thielen when you didn't have to. You could have allowed Ty Felton.
I think they kind of had to. They had to though.
No, they didn't, because they didn't have to. Because Jalen Naylor went to the team when he hurt his hand. The team staff told him he was going to be gone for multiple weeks, right? That he was going to be gone for multiple weeks, right? Then he went and got a second opinion in California, and he played week 1. But they had already traded for Adam Thielen. You didn't need him this year. You could have had Ty Felton in that spot. And man, you're right. It was an emotional choice. I was more mad about the Thielen shit because he shouldn't have been playing for the Vikings the last game as a great send-off. But that's another situation. But go back to my point, though, bro. Like, they haven't developed anybody. But everybody want to come out there and blame Kwesi. Blame that shit on coaching. It's coaching. If you If you go down the line and you look at all the draft picks that this regime has developed, we can all say, oh, they bust. They never got a chance to play. So how would you know? If you look at the Lewis Seen situation, right? Lewis Seen, all right, cool. He couldn't play, but you never gave him an opportunity. Booth couldn't play, never gave him an opportunity. They never played in games like that.
I don't know. I'm gonna say this. If you on the field, no matter what time you on the field, if you on the field, or what if it's a preseason game, or regular season game, or the final game, or the first game, or the middle of the season, if you're on the field, that's your opportunity to show what you got. Yeah. And if they get on the field and they don't show that,
but bro, but think about it though. When you talking about corners and safeties, when you talking about DBs, they have to be able to have a short-term memory. I know, for example, when Xavier Rhodes was drafted, he was one of the worst DBs in the league.
True.
But Mike Zimmer kept throwing him out there so he could learn. And next thing you know, Xavier Rhodes was one of the best cornerbacks in the league. He had a whole 2-3 year run where he was probably the best corner in the league. But you had to throw him out there and develop them. Like, come on, man. Like, we gotta stop trying to make it seem like it's crazy and it's this and it's that. And when I bring up all the draft picks, when I bring up the offensive linemen that this team moved on from, like people talk about, oh man, Quasi had a bad draft in 2022. It wouldn't look that bad if you still had Ingram on the roster. It wouldn't look that bad if you still have Vadarian Lowe on the roster.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. As far as a lot of these guys they drafted, it's a different lifestyle, it's a different speed than it is in college and in the NFL. Because you bring up Lewis Seen. Everybody was so hyped about Lewis Seen because what he did in college, and then when he translated to the pros, it's like, dude, where is this at? It's like, hold on, bro, because we believed in you because he couldn't do shit.
No, he could play. I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep saying this shit over and over again. Lewis Seen could play. He never got the opportunity. I'm gonna ask you this right now. And I want you to name the players. When they drafted Lewis Seen as a safety, who were the 3 safeties ahead of him?
Oh, like I said, the main one I wanted to draft was Kyle Hamilton.
That's not the question I asked. When they drafted Lewis Seen as a safety, who were the 3 safeties ahead of him on the roster?
I don't remember at the time.
Josh Metellus, Harrison Smith, and Cam Bynum. Harrison Smith probably going to retire this year. I always said you could never play Harrison Smith and Lewis Seen at the same time because they play too similar. Right. And Lewis Seen was better playing in the box. Then you had Josh Metellus doing that. Then Cam Bynum emerged.
Right.
People forget Cam Bynum was drafted as a corner, then converted to safety. So when was he ever going to get on the field?
But you also got to remember when he did get on the field, he didn't do anything and he got hurt too.
When did he get on the field in games during the season? I ain't talking about
pre-game.
He never got on the field to actually play. Andrew Booth never got on the field because who did you have in front of Andrew Booth when he was here? You had old ass Shaquan Griffin, and you had what's his name? What's his name? You had Murphy, and you had Stephon Gilmore,
right,
playing ahead of him. So I'm saying, like, you don't see the pattern.
I see what you're going with it, but at the same time, it's like I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna see it from a different perspective. Where are they at now? What team are they on? What team are they on right now? Because I remember when Lewis Seen got released, he got picked up by somebody and they released him also within a week later.
He got Super Bowl last year.
With the Eagles?
He got Super Bowl with the Eagles last year. Yeah.
Was he affected? Was he affected to get there?
He didn't. He was on that practice.
Because you can ride the bench and still say, hey, I got a Super Bowl though. I got a bench. I'm a bench player.
With Lewis Seen, you got to understand he was multiple years behind the A ball from that leg injury. So Lewis Cine didn't work out. I can move on from that. Andrew Booth didn't work out. I can move on for that. I can. But with the Andrew Booth situation, you did trade him for a Pro Bowl cornerback that you didn't play. You traded him for Noshawn Wright last year before the season.
So where's Andrew Booth at now?
Dallas.
Exactly.
But no, bro, you're not getting what I'm saying. Even though you gave up on Andrew Booth, you replaced him with another cornerback that you still didn't play.
And like I said, I agree with you on that aspect of it. As far as like, yeah, you replaced somebody that didn't even play because the person in front of them was playing lights out.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is though, like you say, Lewis Cine didn't work out. Move on from Lewis Cine. But with the Andrew Booth situation, it wasn't working out. So Kwesi traded him away to get another young cornerback. And the coaching staff still didn't put him on the field. And now he's in a Pro Bowl playing for the Bears. Then in the third round, they drafted Ed Ingram. And everybody thought Ed Ingram was bad. Now he's basically about to go to a Pro Bowl with Houston. He's playing this weekend. Like what are we talking about here? You drafted Vandorian Lowe and you traded him in training camp.
I agree. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, the decision making that they're doing is all been questionable, been bad for the longest.
Coaching. Like that's coaching, man.
But like I said, that's decision making. That's decision making as far as to say, hey, this person's not working out. We need to get rid of him, try to get some draft picks, get another person in here.
And they still don't play him. And they still don't play him. There's no reason why Noshawn Wright shouldn't be on this team right now.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%.
When you went into the season with only 3 corners, you went. And
I guarantee that's a decision that he regrets making for the longest. I guarantee that's a decision he regret making for the longest.
But you got to put that one on Flores because you never gave a young kid an opportunity last year.
I put that on Flores and I put that on Kwesi because it was Kwesi's decision to actually trade him.
You got to put that on all of them. But to me, Kwesi less the blame because he the one that brought him in.
He the one that brought him in, but if he's getting reports about this kid he's not working out, he's not listening, I can't work with him. All right, we'll get rid of him. We'll put somebody in there that you can work with.
But if you look at it, it's the coaching staff. They don't have patience with developing young players. That's why the roster is so old because they only want to play veterans, and then that shit gets expensive.
That's true, and I agree with you. But like I said, if you got a veteran that's gonna come in and listen and know his role and say, okay, this is what I need to do, then what's the point of me playing these young guys that's not gonna listen?
Nah, it ain't about them listening. You have to play guys in order for them to develop. If you don't play them, they never gonna develop.
But if you don't listen to what I got to say to you as far as this is what you need to do while you're on the field, and you don't want to listen and you getting burnt, I'm pulling you out right now.
I don't think it's them not listening.
It got to be something because like if I coach you to say I need you to block this way, I need you to run this certain route, I need you to defend this person a certain way, and you don't do it, then who's it on?
I just don't think it's them not listening, man. That's just
because in fact, if I'm coaching you, I'm giving you the best knowledge that you can take from my perspective and say, hey, I need you to move this certain way. I need you to have a certain step going this way. I need you to have a better instinct about this person here. I need you to pay more attention in film and or tape, whatever. And you go out there in the field and you do the opposite of what I'm telling you to do. Yeah, as a coach, I'm like, okay, this kid is not listening to me.
Yeah, but you gotta.
He's doing what he want to do, and while he's doing what he want to do, is getting us burnt, is getting us penalties, is getting us in trouble, as far as because the fact that I'm trying to coach him a certain way and he don't want to do it.
Yeah, I understand, my boy Gil. Understand You have to develop in the off season, but you do have to give them reps during the season to kind of be able to make their mistakes. Like you still have to do that. And even if, with regards to how much you do in the off season, they're still prone to making mistakes. Yeah. Hey, Gil, they dropped the ball on McCarthy in the offseason. If you look at the reports, they were talking about he was doing the VR thing. That wasn't true. They were talking about him was with Kevin O'Connell for multiple, hours a day. That wasn't true. They just basically gave him the playbook. They didn't develop him like they should. But that's why this offseason is going to be so important. But I'm gonna bring this up though, T. I'm gonna bring this up because I like doing it. I like sharing screens. I do. I'm gonna bring this up real quick. Now let's get this comment off of here real quick. I gotta wrap it up soon because the game's about to come on.
Right.
Hey, exactly. One series in the preseason. I would have played them every preseason game. Sorry, I would have. Gil, don't get me started on preseason games and 18 game seasons, man. Take it back to the four preseason games, 16 games. I need my young guys to play as much time in preseason as possible. That's how I look at it. So let's go down to it right here. Let's check it out. Because I gotta defend my boy Quasi. I'm always gonna do this. So the first draft with Kevin O'Connell and all these guys. Lewis Seen, bust. Let's say he bust out. Boom, bust. We can all agree on that, right? Andrew Booth wasn't working with the team, but you traded him for No Shine Wright. Terrible. Ed Ingram, you didn't be patient for multiple seasons. And he started majority of the time he was here. Look at what he's doing now in Houston. Ryan Asamoah, bust. Couldn't really get on the field. Caleb Evans, we're gonna see him this weekend. We're gonna see him this weekend because he's one of the nickel corners over there. And no, not a Caleb. Yeah, Caleb. Yeah, Caleb do play for. My bad. I'm getting the wrong one. Caleb plays nickel corner for the Carolina Panthers. He might not be a starter, but he's a body that can play, if you got an injury. Ziggy Otomo, bust, never make it. Ty Chandler, you don't run the ball, so you couldn't really see what he had, even if his pass blocking was bad. But Darian Lowe, you traded him during training camp. Swing tackle now for the New England Patriots. Jalen Naylor panned out, looking pretty good. And Nick Muse basically gone. Wow. That's really, if you really look at the draft class, it really wasn't that bad. You just didn't be patient with nobody. So now you look at it again. Jordan Addison, he's straight, he's good. He ain't getting in trouble. Mekhi Blackman, he was playing a lot of snaps over there, and for Indy before they got Sauce. Jay Ward, I'm not big on Jay Ward. Jaquelin Ward, bust. Jaron Hall, I think he's out the league. Wayne McBride, out the league. So you only really you got Addison, you traded away Blackman, and then everybody else is bad. In my opinion, the 2023 draft was worse than the 22. So now you got the last one with McCarthy. We don't know what McCarthy is. Dallas Turner is turning out the good. Tyree Jackson's passed away. They never played Walter Rouse. I don't understand that shit. Will Rocket is probably one of the best kickers in the league. Michael Juergens, they never want to play him either. He played a couple of games and they didn't want to stay with it. They kept putting Brando over there. And Levi. Them draft classes ain't really that bad. The 23 is the worst one because you have the worst picks, but less picks and misses. Then you got Donovan Jackson last year. We hope he pans out. Ty Felton, we never seen him. Ingram Dawkins, rotational. You cut King for what? I don't understand that. And then we never saw Bartholomew because he had a bad back. I'm just saying, man. Once you look at that, you gotta blame coaching on that stuff, man. You got to. But T, man, I gotta get up out of here because I gotta do some stuff and I gotta start this football, not football, but you know what I mean, man. But
oh yeah, I got you.
I gotta get the playoffs and I gotta simmer down because I got another live at like 7:00 later tonight, probably after the games. But everybody that tuned in, man, I appreciate you. If you still in here, and you didn't subscribe yet, I know it gets redundant and people say that all the time. Please like and subscribe. But you just don't know by you just subscribing and liking it, man. It helps the channel out a whole lot. It really does. It really does. It really does. And I just really appreciate it. And Gil, what you say? Hey, that competitive rebuild shit was bullshit, man. Sometimes you just gotta tear it down and get a new house, man. For real. Sometimes you just gotta tear it down. I agree, man. So thank you guys, T. Thank you for coming on again on a Saturday. I'm gonna keep this Saturday scrimmage thing going as long as possible. So let's go. Get up out of here.